I'm Miss Saigon, and this is the compo studio for the 1K intro. I'm here with Branch.
No, I'm Branch.
You're Branch, yes. I'm here with Branch and Solarius, and we're going to talk about the 1K intro compo that we just saw. And so, what did you think of this year's 1K intro compo?
So this year there was a lot of entries that have pretty good colors. There wasn't much like teal and orange or Dutch color scheme. So I was, once again this year, happy with that, like I was last year. So 1K is becoming like the platform of design and such things, and those take a lot of time, and that's a good thing.
Well, first of all, I'm very glad how well most of the entries were designed, but still it's very apparent that in many cases it really looked very mathematical, and of course it is, but the trick is that you don't show it to the viewer. Of course, when it goes to 1K or 4K, it's all about generating things and all about formulas and mathematics. But the key point is that you can fit that to the design so that it's not really apparent that formulas were used. Here in most of the demo entries, we saw that there were clearly mathematical functions, and it was part of the design of some entries, but in some others it should have been part of the overall design better.
Yeah, there were some mathematical ones, and they had good colors, and that's a good thing, sure. But yeah, they were mathematical. Like there was the one that had fractals in it, and that doesn't make a whole production. You have to have more than that. And one of the ways could be that you would have like more than transforming it, maybe having some kind of story to it or something like that. So that would be a good idea, maybe.
Yeah. So there's a few entries that we're going to take a look at again here. Let's see, the first one is BLK 4777.
Made by Poi, right? Yeah. This was most likely done in JavaScript, right?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure because he usually does something like that. Yeah, this had everything that 1K should have. This is like the model example that you should have in a 1K. You should have good colors, good design, and good transitions. These explosions were the thing that blew the crowd, like shouting and cheering and so on. So this is the model example what you should do in 1K.
Yeah, the design was simple but colorful. So and the sync was also very well performed. And yeah, it was simple but very well done.
Yeah, that one was really interesting to watch, and that's a good point that you made, that it fit really well together as a production. And I think we're still looking at that one. And then there were some other ones that we were going to take a look at.
What's this one?
This one is Awesome 8, and you can see this is another one with a sort of mathematical.
Yeah, but this was trying to have a perspective, and with the perspective you can do some stuff, and it had like slow-moving stuff, and with trying to have kind of transition-like stuff in the intro, and that made it much better than, for example, the one that had like these dragon fractals. So in a way, this was better than some of the other entries.
Yeah, but on the other hand, the design of embedded objects like the triangles that we see over there, it's very, it have been used very much before.
Yeah, it's been used a bit too much, and yeah, that's true, yes.
So it's soon going to be like a modern cliche.
Yeah, this is kind of becoming the plasma effect or the ribbon. So, so this guy or guys or everyone else should not do this kind of tetrahedron. I actually don't know the fractal's name, but this kind of effects anymore. This is overdone, but it has good transitions and such. So in a way, it's better.
Yeah, and I like the borders.
Yeah, the shiny.
Yeah. The borders are very nice and fit to the landscape.
Yeah. From a technical perspective, we've seen a lot of the entries that had 3D elements in them. How does having the 3D in hardware help with that these days?
So usually you have to, like for example in this entry, you have to have a fragment shader installed, set up, and that's fairly easy to do. I mean, it doesn't take too much space. And once you have a fragment shader set up, you can do ray marching, which is like you're stepping in space and checking if you are colliding with the object. Put in simple terms, and you can do it in a fairly small space. So in that way, you can do some small 3D stuff. But we haven't seen much progress in 3D with ray marching or ray tracing or path tracing in one case. So this is my proposition. Maybe we should consider doing 2D stuff on 1K, because you can do a bit more and more design that way, because doing like ray marching is a bit too much for 1K. This is my thought. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know.
Yeah, and one of the big points when using shaders is that the code is executed in the display adapter. The graphic chipset is taking care of the execution. So now these kind of effects are feasible because the graphic unit is doing the work instead of the CPU.
So if we take a look at the next entry, V for Voronoi, this was actually an entry on Mac, and I think it might have been the only one that was on Mac.
I don't know. but I've heard, I'm not sure if it's true, but I've heard that you can make a bit smaller executables in 1K, but I don't know if it's true anymore because the Cranklearn update, maybe not.
Yeah, and of course the headers are different because the format is different. Yeah. But then you have other obstacles like initialization of libraries and the amount of libraries that you can use. And it's not just about the size of the header. So of course, if comparing Windows intros and Mac or Linux intros, the headers of the files are different. But in the end, there are many other things that matter, like how easy it is to init a session for shaders and so on.
Maybe someone should do a comparison how different things compress to a 1K. Maybe, I don't know. That's just a thought, and maybe that's something stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it would be interesting to see a comparison with the same kind of shaders, with the same shader code kind of, and then to see how well you can compress it on different platforms. Yeah.
Yes.
So you mentioned Cranklearn and that it's recently had an update. From what we saw, maybe only one of the entries used it, but do you want to say something about that?
It's a fairly new thing, and maybe most of the people in this competition didn't take any advantage of it. I heard that there's some people taking advantage of it in the 4K competition. We'll see if that happens. But I've noticed doing my own comparisons when I'm doing WebGL stuff, I'm a JavaScript guy mostly, and JavaScript can do smaller code than you've seen on executables on Windows. But now the rules might have changed. Now JavaScript might have become obsolete for now, at least. Maybe someone will find a better way to compress stuff on JavaScript. But yeah, Cranklearn might make the executables main platform on 1K now entirely.
Yeah, there was some major update on Cranklearn like 4-6 days ago or something like that. So most of the people didn't even heard about it. So yeah, next year the situation might be different, but mostly Cranklearn is used in 4Ks.
So let's maybe take a look at one more of these intros. It's Gravity Haze.
So yeah, this was the traction and fit intro. Yeah, they are all groups, and I'm pretty sure that Utsi made the music once again, like last year and the year before that. And again, Utsi is doing a great job in the music section. He's really showing that you can have at least decent or great music on one case. So thumbs up to Utsi. And yeah, the colors are in this one quite good. I mean, there could be some small tweaks to done, but this is going to have a hard competition with the P001 of Hoi, with Hoi's production.
Yeah, I agree. The colors are very great. There are only like a few shades, but still the landscape is great. And yeah, simple colors, but still a lot of different shades of hue color. And yeah, it's very well composed.
Yeah, I found that one very enjoyable to watch,
yeah.
and like you said, you know, I'm a musician, and it's really great to see effort being put in the music for even size-limited compos.
And it doesn't sound like a 1K or an intro. That's a really positive thing. I mean, most of the time you're hearing 1K is like MIDI music, and you always remember the instruments that are in MIDI music, and that kind of bit ruins the mood. And this one, I don't think it had that, or at least it had some kind of filter on it, so thumbs up.
And it also reminds me of Yle, our national broadcasting company.
Yeah, the Yle broadcasting company. They had like an intro in the 90s, which looked pretty much like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any final thoughts on the 1K intro compo this year?
Improving, good.
Yeah, and I hope that when people get more experience on using different kind of formulas, they will fit the formulas in without us knowing about it.
One thing, so the 1K platform is becoming the design platform in my opinion. It's becoming the platform where you have to think about more of the colors and the theming rather than the effects. And the talk about 1K being useless is over. I mean, this is an important part for the design aspect and the color aspect and the theming aspect. It's progressing slowly, but it's going to happen that these guys maybe one day be doing the best bigger intros or bigger demos of the future. So this is a good compo, I think. This is something that we should have for the following years also.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us here in the Compo studio, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
Can we leave now?
Yep.